No, no, no.
Welcome back, guys, yet to another episode of our virtual podcast. I've got my guy here with me. That's David, all the way from Africa, Nigeria, Lagos. What's up, David? How's it going, man? Welcome to our podcast for the second time. How are things going with you?
Well, everything is going really fine, man. It's really good to be back again. How's everything going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's always a pleasure. You know, you're one of my oldest clients, not I would say. You're one of my oldest friends here in this music marketing. And, you know, it's always been an honor, you know, talking to you, working with you. And I do want to enlighten my guys here that, you know, the first thing, you know, the first instinct that I had about David when I heard his, you know, songs was that, you know, I want to build this man up, okay? And he's got the potential. He's got what it takes to, you know, go on, build himself up in the world, you know, shine his music upon all the people out there. And this is what I have in mind for my guy here, David, aka Tunde2deep. You know, feel free to check out all his Instagram, YouTube, you know, all the links below down there. He's an amazing artist, man, and we're going to be talking about so much of his stuff right now. In our previous podcast, let me give you guys a recap what we talked about. We basically talked about, you know, David's come up story, how he actually got into music, you know, his inspiration being Bob Marley, you know, his basic sound, I would say, is more on the African Afrofusion side, you know, covers up the reggae, and now he's come up with this banging release right now that I so want to talk about, David. Honestly, tell me about it, man. Like, first of all, I do want to say that Success Fever has been literally the only song in my phone's playlist that I listen to of my artists. Okay, I do work with hundreds of people, but Success Fever and being, you know, the music, the lyrics, the composition was just so top notch, man. I don't have words to explain, you know. Now, it's literally one of the best tracks of 2023 that, you know, I've personally listened to. But, you know, now comes the part where you just send me this new track, Go Low. And I listen to it. And normally, you know, I'm a really choosy person, you know, when it comes to selecting songs or, you know, listening to them. I take so many bugs out of these things, and I'm like, no, this part could be much better. You know, we could improve the sound here. We could improve maybe the lyrics here. But Golo, honestly, my first instinct was that it got me tapping. Now, the dancey vibe of it, you know, the calypso of it was so entertaining. Tell me about it. Like, how do you, what's the come up story about the song? Tell me about it.
Okay, so for the new song, Go Low, what I did was my friend actually sent me the beat, and I had the chorus a little while ago. And like I always do, once the chorus comes, I just record it on my voice notes. And so I had it there. And my friend produced the beat, and he told me he had a beat for me. And I was like, okay, yeah, send it through. Let me see what it's like. And immediately I heard the beat. I could just connect it to that song. So I went back to my phone. I found the song, and I sang it on, and it was just perfect. And, you know, we had to work on the beat too, because it was, I needed to put it through on my direction to just, you know, create the idea in my own way and just, you know, put my own touch into it to make it sound original to me. I really wanted it to have, you know, a mix of the Afro Calypso feel, which it has now. And, you know, just blending my verse and the chorus and everything to the beat, it sounded really, really dope. And because my last song was an electronic dance song mixed with Afro beats and reggae, and a reggae kind of vibe, so I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something Afro beats this time. Why? Because there's a lot of wave coming from Afro beats. And yeah, because I'm African, you know. I wanted to really do something in the likes of them Rema and them Burna Boy, them Wizkid, you know, just to make it very, very world-class and versatile and, you know, relatable to my peers back at home, African people.
Most definitely. I mean, you see the whole point of this track was, you know, at one point, you know, I was, you know, in love with Success Fever. I still am. And personally, you know, I do want to shoot a video upon its, you know, instrumental version. But now, on the other hand, if we talk about Go Low, now it is more of, I would say, a traditional Afro, not the modern version of it. Now, the only thing that, you know, surprises me here is how well connected the chorus and the verses are. I mean, it does not seem like, one is, creating this song out of a hustle, that he's just putting down things and mixing them together. But it's more like, this song was meant to happen. And it's like giving the perfect image of, I would say, Afro Calypso, as you said before. On the other hand, I have one question. Like, are you planning to shoot like a visual for it? Because, the one that you had for Success Fever was just too top notch. And like, I want to know, like, if you plan to, make a video out of it as well.
Yeah, and I'm actually at the moment putting up a script for the video, and I want it to be something really, really dope. I've been watching a lot of Ludacris, a lot of Busta Rhymes, and all that kind of vibes. I'm trying to do something really different and something comical, with the visuals. So because the track has this, it has this comical feel. If you understand the lyrics, if you understand what I was saying in the verses and in the chorus, it has a lot of imagery, and I want to be able to display exactly what I'm saying, in a way it's very funny to anybody that sees the video. And you know how Ludacris will come with the big hands or the big shoes? Yeah, that kind of vibe. That's what I'm trying to project with Go Low. But definitely, it's a dance song.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of dancing in the video, a lot of it, different kind of African dancing mixed with, American crip walking, a lot of things. I have big ideas for the video, and hopefully it's just going to play out exactly how I see it in my head.
Perfect. I mean, I'm so excited to, listen to this and see the video as well. Let's talk a bit about, your future plans, because like people already know you, okay? And you've got like a core fan following, especially the African and the American side of, borders. Now, I know a lot of people who I've introduced you as an artist, and, they're really interested in your sound, especially when it comes to the versatility of it. Like when I say that my guy here is not just like an Afropop or an Afrofusion kind of an artist. He's not focusing on one genre. And this is the only thing that, interests a lot of people. Like you're onto the reggae side of things. You make Afropop. You just came up with like an Afro Calypso track as well. Now, this is what actually defines the true talent of an artist, which you've got, by the way. Now, speaking of which, in the times to come, like this question that I have for you is, right now we're entering into 2024, right? And we've got like a full year ahead of us. Now, I've introduced you to a lot of people, okay? I've played your songs in my office and people love you, even in the United States. Now, in my opinion, okay, this is something that when you're a naturally talented artist, you get that appreciation. Because to me, there are a lot of people that I work with, and to be very honest with you, majority of them are maybe not that talented or not that consistent. Now, that is the only thing that separates you from all these people out there. Now, the question, coming back to the main question, which was that 2024, we're starting big. There's a lot of things that, you need to do. So I want my viewers to know that what has Tunde2deep in his pockets right now. Like, what is he gonna do with his music? Is he gonna come up with maybe an album this year, or maybe like keeping it on the lower side? What's up with that?
Okay, so basically I plan to drop an EP, but that's gonna be later on at the end of the year. I still want to drop at least one or two more singles before I drop that. And I actually have a song. Like, I remember the last time we spoke, I told you I wanted to work with an A-list artist back at home. So I already did something. I did something with Skibi Mayana. I don't know if you know Skibi Mayana. He did Baddest Boy with Davido. He has a song with Wizkid too. And we have a track titled Dan Dubele. It's actually a Yoruba word, but we made it sound South Africa. And the beats is Amapiano. And, it's actually my first time writing on Amapiano. And it's really dope. But I'm trying to drop Go Low first. And, that song is titled Dan Dubele. It's coming really soon, featuring Skibi Mayana. So that's going to be my next project after Go Low.
When does our audience expect Go Low to go officially out on YouTube and Spotify, everywhere?
Well, it's going to be as soon as possible. As soon as possible. At the moment, I'm already working on the mix. It's been mixed by Matt Sims. He's the #1 utmost Dolby mixer in Asia. And, he's worked with a lot of international artists and is working on it right now as we speak.
Perfect.
I sent the stems to him today. So I'm hoping to get I'm hoping to get it back in at like a week, and once I get it back, I'm gonna start working on the video right away. And here in South Africa, it's summertime now, so I want to make use of the sun because winter is coming soon. So I want to use the sun to shoot the video. I want it to be like a summer vibe kind of video because the song itself is like a summertime vibe. So yeah, so that's what's up with that right now. That's what I'm working on.
Right. So you plan to basically drop it with the video. So there's not going to be an audio version first, and then you basically make a video like majority of people out there do. So you're planning it to do it all together. You make the video, you have the audio, then you drop it all at once, right?
Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to drop both at the same time. I want to drop both of them at the same time. I want to drop the audio, the video at the same time.
That's a better strategy.
Yeah. So most of my songs, I always drop the video and the song at the same time. So I want to keep that pace up. And I do most of my video promotions back at home, in Africa, in Nigeria specifically. And, while online promotions is going on, I'm doing TV stations back at home, satellite TV like, Sound City, MTV Base, Trace. We have some other local ones like Music Africa, and what I try to do is get it to the local stations back at home too, so everybody can get a feel of it. I also know a couple of DJs back at home that are coming up in the game and that are really good, that I've developed some friendship with over the years. So I'm going to have them, play it and, help me pass it on to other DJs. Because I know they're going to like it in the clubs because, I intentionally did that song for the clubs. And I'm really hoping it makes that big wave, very big wave, like Rema's Calm Down, Take Over. I was very, very specific with my lyrics because I made it, very universal. I used universal lyrics because I was speaking in Pidgin English, and, Pidgin English is basically the major kind of English that all Africans understand, and I believe that Pidgin English is also getting that wave worldwide right now, just like the Jamaican patois is doing right now, with the likes of Burna Boy coming with Shayo, Anidigbo and Shayo. So I'm trying to use very relatable words, so everyone can relate and actually understand what I'm trying to project.
And honestly, David, let's talk about Calm Down. Okay. Now, I recently, got some time to, observe Calm Down and, how it actually got so viral. Now, see, with a song getting so viral, it's honestly speaking, it's like 1 in a million chance, first of all. But the approach of the song needs to be very clear. Okay, right now with Golo, that is exactly what I see. But there is a specific category that you've got to target in order to get this viral. For instance, if we talk about TikTok, let's just say. With TikTok, it's really important, especially with Calm Down, the first thing that got viral was like a small portion of that song. That was it. Now, on the other hand, the whole song never got viral. Only a small portion like Calm Down, Calm Down. That was the part that got viral. That was it. Nobody had time to listen to that like 3-minute song upon it. Now, there has to be like a small portion where, once you are working on the video, okay, you've got to come up with something that is unique. For instance, there's maybe a dance step, okay, like a specific thing that you're doing in the video at a specific part, and that part is basically the most interesting part of the whole song. Now, once that is uploaded on TikTok, you start marketing for it virally. Okay, you start running ads on it, you start targeting more and more people, and you're doing a lot of stuff for it. But end of the day, once that part hits, once that video hits of it, hundreds of thousands of people are gonna, copy that video. That is what normally happens with all of the Asian, African, even American songs. Like there was a freaking song called Drake's song, Kiki, Do You Love Me, right? It was like an old song. In that song, there was like a specific dance step that, people were walking with the car. That was it. It was bullshit, but it got viral. Now, this is the thing that, one needs to focus on. And with Golo, I'm going to suggest you the same thing that, we come up with something that is really unique, even if it's bullshit, okay? Right now, bullshit's getting viral and, real talent is maybe something that is not, being appreciated. So come up with something that is unique. And I would say that, as your marketer, I am going to be focusing on a lot of your TikToks as well. Because like the videos that you're currently making, they are necessary. But on the other hand, I would say, we start focusing more on the TikTok side of things as well. Like, creating TikToks about Success Fever, about Go Low, about Ride Alone. All of your songs are masterpieces. My suggestion, coming back to the point, is that the visuals are really important. Okay, the lyrics are perfect, but the visuals are going to be synced to creating a proper TikTok for it. Okay, and then marketing for it. And once we market it like the proper way, I'm actually praying that this song gets to that level. And that is what I need as well for you. This is what I have in my mind for you as well. With the visuals, we've got to be extra careful, and we've got to be making sure that everything that we do is going to be perfect. So tell me, yes, we're going to keep it as a surprise for like our audiences, but the one thing that I still want our audiences to know is a bit on the visual side. Like, what do you actually plan? Like, you plan to have like so many girls around you, shooting it maybe in like Cape Town or Johannesburg? What is the main idea behind the visual that you so far plan?
Okay, so basically about the short video thing, I have a couple of ideas that I've been playing with. I was discussing with my friend a few days ago, and I don't know what it's called. I think it's called the Limbo. That's what I think it's called. It's a kind of game where they put sticks and you have to dance.
Yeah.
It's something that I've been thinking about, and to just actually see how low you can go, put the sticks and try to dance, and probably put up a price or cash prize for the person that can go the lowest. And I have a couple of other ideas too. And for the actual video itself, I'm thinking of doing something where the camera zooms out of the scenes into other scenes, like a type of transitional kind of video, from one scene into another, continuously, with different activities, different dance activities, maybe a lot of party games, or just I don't know if you remember this particular video. I think it's Akon and Cardinal Official. I think it's Akon and Cardinal Official, where the camera kept on zooming out of the scene and coming out of their shades. And so I have that idea too. I want to play with something like that too on the video.
I think maybe.
But it's basically going to be it's going to be very comical. That's something I want to hold on to with that video. I want it to be very playful and very jovial and very relatable, with a lot of things happening. I want it to be like when you watch the video, you want to go back and watch and see what's went on in one scene. So that's the vibe I'm trying to push. I'm still putting the idea together, and I already spoke to the director, and I'm trying to make sure the mix is ready before we actually sit down and start scripting it out. And with the TikTok thing, I also want to do a couple of short videos, probably 30-40 seconds kind of video, and push it, try to promote it, because I've really not done anything on TikTok. I'm not very good on TikTok, so I want to do that, and I'm hoping
David,
that
how about we plan something of like a TikTok challenge? What do you say?
That would be great.
Like with the dance moves that you're talking about, let's create like a marketplace for TikTok challenges. Maybe small giveaways or like shout outs, like for you as an artist. Target all the local audiences in Africa, like starting from Lagos to the full, like in whole of Nigeria, then targeting South Africa and all the African countries initially, then moving across like globally. And let's just, I would say create some sort of like a challenge marketplace, so to speak. We come up with a move like with the sticks, and someone's, seeing that like how low you can go, and let's create a challenge, and whoever goes the lowest, we come up with some kind of like a small gift or maybe small token of appreciation or any of that sort.
I agree. This could be that would be perfect. That would be very, very good. And I have you guys, so I'm very, very sure that we can make it happen. We can make something happen. Probably put up a little token, a prize of I don't know, man. I'm sure we can figure it out. You know,
Yeah.
something good for
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna
winner.
come up with a
You know,
strategy.
just to motivate people to get, you know, on the track. And you know, I think it'll be a very good idea. But as time goes on, I'm sure, you know, the idea we'll get the full picture of the idea. And you know, if you have ideas, you can also
Yes.
let me know. It's a new song, so whatever comes
Most
now that
definitely,
is
most
useful,
definitely.
I'll appreciate any contributions or any ideas.
Most definitely. And yeah, I mean, there's still so much to talk about. I mean, I was, currently looking at your statistics. I mean, it's not been, a long time since we started in off it, but I was looking that we've crossed, almost like quarter to a million views on your YouTube, which is solid. I mean, quarter to a million means like almost like 260,000 views on your tracks, and then there's your subscribers, and we're basically on the verge of gaining the verification tag and all of these things combined to basically enhance your digital existence, because that these kind of things are really important as well. A lot of people they focus, I would say, the artists that I work with, they're more focused on a singular thing. Like there was this one artist called T-Dot, I was working with him for like a couple months, and the only thing that he was focused on was just targeting people from his local city. That was it. Or maybe a few cities across Louisiana. That's where he lived. But when I talked about, man, market your music, market your social media, start building your image, okay? Like start targeting core followers from across the world, not just your current city. Some people are not just interested in that. And that is like the major drawback in any artist's growth. Like an artist needs to, build himself as a whole, as a celebrity. And like if we talk about any celebrity, they're not just focused on their movies or on their tracks. They're focused on how they represent themselves, their social media, their anything, as a matter of fact. They want to build themselves as a whole. So for instance, if someone searches Tunde2deep, the Google is filled with Tunde2deep's stuff. His interviews, his podcast, his articles, his blogs, his own Wikipedia page. Like someone searches Tunde2deep, what does he see? Tunde2deep is a local African Afropop, Afrofusion artist, a brief introduction about you on the Google search panel. That would depict on how, I would say, strong digital following you've got. And this is, primarily what I want to do for you, which is what I'm doing, by the way. So wrapping up our second episode of our podcast, because viewers are going to be a lot of more interviews coming in with David here, and he's one of my most favorite artists, by the way. Wrapping up, Go Low. Yeah, so Go Low is on its verge to come out, and we're all really excited to hear, what the sound. Actually, I've heard the sound, but I can't tell you how good that sound is. I do want to keep you guys hyped up, entertained, excited about this new release. On the other hand, I'm really excited about, creating some sort of like a proper, keeping people just so curious about what it is. So I'm going to be creating small teasers about this. So David, we're going to take this in a really, I would say, exciting manner. Okay, Go Low is going to be one of the songs that I have faith in that can, cross Calm Down's mark. With that being said, final words from your side. I do want to know a bit about with the album. Like, do you plan to collaborate with artists, or do you want it to be like a solo album?
Well, it's gonna be solo because I've not dropped any actual body of work for myself, and so I think I have most of the songs that I want to drop for the EP already. I just want to, drop at least 2 singles before I drop my EP.
I'm saying, have you mastered, like, are those songs like fully recorded?
Yeah, I've recorded everything, but I've not mixed or mastered them yet. So
okay.
The reason why I've not done that is because, I'm trying to focus on what I want to drop now. I'm trying to focus on Go Low, and there's still room to make changes on the tracks too. So I don't want to mix. I'm trying to hold up and see what happens, with my next few singles, and then afterwards I'll drop, the one with Skippy Mayana, and then I'm ready. I'll be ready to drop. But they are all recorded. I've recorded them, and they're ready. I've been playing them for a few people already just to get feedback, and by the grace of God, before the end of the year, I'm hoping during September, I'll drop it. It's not going to be more than 5 tracks though, But you know, there are gonna
That's
be
perfect. I
five
mean,
very dope tracks that speaks for me. You know, that shows who Tunde2deep
that's
is.
perfect. I mean, yes. See, the quality is that what I love most about you. Like, I'm not the one for dropping dozens of tracks. You know, some people tell me that they've got 100 tracks all set to go.
Very, very
Well, like,
important, man. I don't
quality is
play with
what
my
matters.
quality.
Okay, even if it's like one song a year, yes, this is the only thing. Talented artists who are serious about their careers is what I love. Okay, people who, you know, want to get fame at a cost of nothing. Okay, they don't want to invest anything. They think that they know everything and they are kind of like Albert Einsteins of themselves. I don't like that attitude, honestly. With you, you're such a humble person, guys. He's the most down-to-earth person that I've met in my life. Being an artist is, you know, not an easy nut to crack. Okay, a lot of people are maybe, you know, interested, are kind of like, I would say they're more inclined towards, you know, getting fame and getting, you know, so much attraction and attention from audiences. But David, man, he doesn't seem like an artist. He is the bomb that you guys are going to see in the near future. He's going to be the next Bob Marley. Mark my words
appreciated.
right now. And he's wearing that shirt, by the way, as well. And it's really, you've got a good shirt on, by the way. So, most definitely, David. I mean, you know, things have been amazing with you, and I so look forward to, you know, having this relationship, like, until we live, until we have our breaths. So I have a lot of high hopes, and I am working really hard for you, and I still plan to do that. Yeah, and this is the only thing that, you know, a marketer actually needs from an artist. Like, an artist who is, you know, kind of like, you know, investing his time and his actual energy into things. And then, you know, there is a better part of fun that the marketer plays with as well. Because if an artist is like, you know, they're not, you know, kind of like, they're in their own zone, you know, for us people, you know, it's not that fun to work with. Because we need, you know, communication. We need to come up with ideas, discuss them, implement them, get the results, and celebrate. That's our win. So, that being said, David, I am going to be inviting you to another podcast as well. Okay, because this is our second episode, and we're going to be completing a full season of episodes with you in this 2024, talking about a lot of new stuff coming down the way. But mainly, I would say, you know, this podcast was giving our viewers a bit of glimpse of what's coming their way. So a lot of good masterpieces are on their way, guys. Stay tuned for our podcasts. And David, make sure you follow him on his Instagram in the links provided below. So yeah, make sure to follow him just everywhere. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. Just get in line. Honestly, get in line. It's about time that you start, you know, listening to Success Fever. Link provided in the description below. Make sure to do that. Follow our channel as well.
Pleasure
David,
having you
it's been
too.
an absolute pleasure having you here on our podcast. I look forward to having you again as well.
2024, we no go grief for anybody this year. We're taking over. That's what's up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's what we're going to do. We're going to rock the world in 2024. That's what's up.